A situation has been developing, folks, in regards to the March for Medicare for All. Now, here we have a noble truth teller, Jackson Hinkle, on Twitter.com, who alerted me to this news because I follow Jackson Hinkle because he is a noble freedom fighter for justice and liberty. He loves the truth and he loves freedom. And so I followed him, and then I got this extremely interesting piece of news. So Jackson Hinkle says, very happy to see this action taken. Yo Pasta and Fiorella Im are some of my favorite people and were treated so poorly. Thanks for all the incredible work. So what happened? Well, let's read. The March for Medicare for All official Twitter account has announced. They've announced it, folks. Our National Steering Committee. First of all, what the hell is a National Steering Committee? But our National Steering Committee has voted for the removal of Los Angeles organizer Betty DeMoss Toto. In the days leading up to and on the day of that local event, this person circumvented processes put in place. What could Betty have possibly done to be removed? What processes did she circumvent? Well, let's read the rest of this thread. Acted unilaterally countless times in a collaborative environment, exhibited abusive behavior towards several other people, both publicly and privately, disregarded personal space, while hypocritically demanding certain people follow COVID protocols. That's right, folks. Betty was removed from the March for Medicare for All because she asked people to wear masks in a pandemic. I mean, like, again, this shit, like, I'm telling you right now, these motherfuckers are crazy. Like, they're literally out of control.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ
disrespected the time donated by numerous people involved and threatened to sabotage the entire event altogether. We apologize to anyone who was mistreated by this person. March for Medicare for All's goal is to work with others respectfully to achieve a national single-payer system that improves people's lives. This behavior does not align with that. So again, what did Betty do? She cut the mic on Fiorella Isabel when she started going into anti-vax bizarre conspiracy theories, right? She also asked Fiorella Isabel's ridiculous co-host of the Convo Couch, Yo Pasta, to take a COVID test and or wear a mask. Yo Pasta refused to wear a mask during a pandemic and was therefore not allowed to attend, right? And so now I have this thread here from the leader of the G-Hive Mafia, Jeff Campbell on Twitter, that goes into some very interesting details about the Convo Couch and what was going on in the events preceding the Los Angeles event. So, the March for Medicare for All has officially jumped the shark. They now announced 2 speakers who promoted anti-vax and stop the steal propaganda. So these are the people that Betty was rude to and threatened, according to reports. This guy was removed altogether for refusing to wear a mask, and this one's mic was cut off for getting into bizarre January 6th revisionism and anti-vax propaganda. Fiorella Isabel is on the record not supporting Medicare for All. Why is she speaking at the march? Again, here's a screenshot that says, I am against for doing that in regards to Medicare for All. She is against a government single-payer system. Now, again, the March for Medicare for All's goal is to work with others respectfully to achieve a national single-payer system. Fiorella Isabel is against that system, yet she was invited to speak anyway. Here are some examples of Fiorella's anti-vax rhetoric. I don't care what ideology we ascribe to. Forcing experimental vaccines on people is fascistic. Again, talking about experimental vaccines and talking about how people that they get these side effects from a vaccine and we're not allowed to talk about it. Now, when I got the vaccine, I was very honest with my side effects. My arm hurt. Remember, I did this and my arm hurt? That was the side effect I got. But again, she has talked many times over the course of the last several months that she is very skeptical of the vaccine. She doesn't trust vaccines during a pandemic, while her co-host refuses to wear masks. So here is a video of her talking about the Great Reset and experimental vaccines. I will play a little bit of this. I just wanted to be very clear. I do not endorse what this person is saying. The pandemic is real. It is horrifying. And it is something that we need to get our act together on. Take the vaccine, folks. Again, I don't know why people would possibly be against ending this pandemic. To me, it seems a little bizarre. So again, take the vaccine. I took the vaccine. I've got videos showing my arm hurting and saying, wow, my arm hurts. And then the next video I made was when my arm didn't hurt anymore. But anyway, again, I just want to be very clear. I do not endorse what this person is saying. I find them to be highly problematic. But again, this is who the March for Medicare for All is allying with.
Honestly, the left are a bunch of cucks. For the longest time, the left has been silent on a lot of things that are now coming to fruition. The fact that the national security state is aligning with big tech to censor us, to take away our rights, that's happening. Oh my God, that's a bunch of conspiracy theories. The fact that, I don't know, there is a forum of billionaires, technocrats, and plutocrats, and Wall Street, and just all of these psychopaths coming together and having a forum at the World Economic Forum and talking about resetting everything and starting from scratch. Simultaneously, there's a pandemic that's been put into question, where the hell this virus came from, the effectiveness
Folks, the pandemic has been put into question. By who? Who is questioning this pandemic? Well, the answer is Fiorella Isabel. So if you want to watch this whole video, it will be linked in the description, but I'm just going to cut it there. So again, she was in favor of the Stop the Steal conspiracy theory that proclaims that Donald Trump won the 2020 election, which is false. Donald Trump lost the 2020 election bigly. He actually got destroyed, epic style, by Joe Biden, who is now currently the president. So again, you can see that they have a lot of very problematic takes there. Fiorella and Yo Pasta frequently do shows where they invite Holocaust deniers on, and Boogaloo Boys, as well as other people that, again, are engaging in very, very high-level conspiracy theories and are also very skeptical of the pandemic. It's very bizarre. Here, Pasta claims the election was rigged against Donald Trump and announces he'll be attending the storm on the Capitol. So this is very interesting. Hot tip tonight from a whistleblower who is in the OG in the election integrity, who was an OG in the election integrity world back in the day. The day is capitalized. I wonder what day he's referring to. He was flipping votes in Florida while hanging out in a cafe in Canada. It's crazy that progressives are denying blatant election rigging, blah, blah, blah. Absolute moron. And so again, this guy is even going even further. So again, Pasta was invited to speak at the March for Medicare for All when this is what he has to say on Medicare for All. So you want an authoritarian type takeover? Only M4A that Big Pharma approves of. So the March for Medicare for All is marching for Medicare for All. Pasta is going out there saying that Medicare for All is approved by Big Pharma. If that is the case, why would you be attending a march for it? Let's read. And you think you're progressive? You're a narcissist. You can't even respect someone else's opinion different from yours. Because CNN told you this vaccine works, you're pitching it as science. So now Pasta is saying the vaccine doesn't work. Not only is Medicare for All approved by Big Pharma and it's authoritarian, but now the vaccine doesn't work in his mind. So again, this is who the March for Medicare for All is allying with. Enemies of Medicare for All. And they are cutting organizers from their event who support Medicare for All and wanted the marchers to be safe from people that are notoriously anti-vaxxers and people that have potentially have the virus and refuse to take a test and refuse to wear a mask. The March for Medicare for All is a Trojan horse, folks. This is not a real organization. There are some people obviously, that are working in the March for Medicare for All and that are attending the marches, that are well-meaning individuals, they have been manipulated and taken advantage of, and I hate to see this. We need to organize a real march for Medicare for All. We need to organize real marches for all kinds of policies all across the country that will happen on a daily basis. That does not start with allying with Holocaust deniers, Boogaloo Boys, pandemic deniers, and Trump supporters. This is ridiculous, it's offensive, and to be honest, it's entirely predictable. It's entirely predictable, but again, folks, the March for Medicare for All, not good. I mean, it's not great. Let's be honest. And I mean, again, I don't even know what to say. I mean, it's pretty bad, but, what are you going to do?